Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're out here today, beautiful afternoon. Got some sunshine, finally some warm weather back. We've had a couple cold days for Florida anyway. And now it's warming up again. We're mid-70s, just beautiful day. I figured it's a good time to get out and work on the old boat some more. So if you remember from last time, or maybe if you didn't see the last video, it's been around here. We were working on our Carolina Skiff 19. We were having some issues with draining or the leaking oil in the lower unit, so I decided to pop that off. Check out the other video if you want to see how that went. And now we are gonna continue where we left off. Kind of some good news, bad news, I guess. Situation. We had dropped the lower unit. There was definitely some corrosion and stuff going on. I didn't get any video of this, but I kind of was tinkering with it a little bit. I took the water pump off, that kind of casing, and started taking some things apart to eventually figure out what parts I needed to replace all the seals and everything in there. And we ran into some issues. Let me take you inside and show you what we're looking at. So here's the lower unit that we took off. I had removed the water pump casing. Everything looked pretty good in here, honestly. The impeller was still in pretty good shape, which I was surprised by with all the other corrosion that was going on in here. But you can kind of see the condition. It was pretty bad. The corrosion had taken its toll on some of these things. This piece I was taking off, broke a bolt here. It's just super corroded and stuck in there. And I think the worst of it is over here. I couldn't even get this to budge. I tried all the stuff, watched the videos. This thing is fused on there. Just the corrosion just deep down inside. And even like all of the seal that this piece creates, just felt like it couldn't be trusted moving forward. So I decided to, here's the good news, bad news, I guess. The bad news being that lower unit maybe has seen its last days. Good news, I was looking online, found a couple options to replace that lower unit. They weren't amazing. The condition of those was pretty poor as well, so I wasn't super excited about that because they're still pretty spendy. But I did come across one that looked really good. It was a freshwater only unit, super clean, and there was probably only 3 or 4 that I found online that actually fit this engine. So I shot the guy an offer on eBay, and he ended up accepting it. So that got here today. So we're gonna unbox that, take a peek at it. He did mention that it needs a new water pump, so I went ahead and ordered those parts so we can put a new water pump on that, and then hook it up, fill it with oil, and see how it goes. I'm excited. Hopefully it is what it said it was, the right model and everything. So we'll get that unboxed and check it out and kind of go from there. So yeah, stay tuned. All right, let's check this thing out, huh? All right, got that all unpackaged. As you can see right off the bat, just way better condition overall. I'll show you in a second, but even the anode on the other one was just like totally destroyed. It had like never been replaced, it looked like. Little bit of kind of scuff on the paint, just so much better condition than the other unit though. Not the corrosion that the other one had, anything like that. So pretty excited about what we got here. They say obviously it needs oil. They drain and check the pressure of everything, pressure test it, so there's no oil in it right now, which is fine because I have the replacement oil once we get it all hooked up. So gonna just verify a couple more things, make sure it's all good to go, and we'll get to swapping out the old water pump, I believe. So here we go. Let's bring this into the shop and give it a shot. All right, so here she is on the table. I'm gonna go ahead and take off this housing here and get that water pump in place. So it doesn't look terrible. I do have the new impeller and seals and everything. We'll see what the seal underneath the plate looks like. All right, there's a little key in here. You want to make sure you don't lose this little key. Helps you get the impeller back in the right position. Keep that for safekeeping. All right, this plate's on there pretty good, but I was able to get a little movement over here. It should come off now. There we go. Gasket stayed right with it. You can see, I'll give you a closer look here. You can see just how much cleaner this unit is. I'll go give you the view of the other one again. So there's this look of a nice, well-maintained unit, or there's this look of something that's been neglected, saltwater intrusion, just things over the time that have really wore away at this. So pretty stoked to get my hands on this unit and get it added to our boat. All right, so here's our new parts for the water pump. Just got this online a few days ago. We have our impeller, plate, and our gasket to replace those old ones, and it does come with a new key too. So we'll see. I'll probably end up using the old one, but it should work just the same as long as it's the right part. So I think it looks all good. Let's get this on there. All right, we'll get this stuff opened up. Key here. There's that little pin. So we got impeller, our gasket, and our plate. All right, so according to the manual, this just goes on dry. A lot of times you would grease these seals, but this one is supposed to be on there just dry. So we'll follow the instructions as far as that goes. Get our gasket on there, get our new plate, and then get our housing here. We'll get this old impeller out of here using a pair of needle nose. There we go, comes right out. And there's a couple ways to do this from what I've kind of read and seen. You can install the impeller first and try to get the housing on there, but sometimes that's a little difficult with that pin that's here. I'll roll that up to the top so you can see here. With that little keyhole. You can also install the impeller first and then slide the housing over the top and rotate this clockwise to get the impeller to move the right way and for it to fold into the housing the right way. So I'm going to try it by putting the impeller on first. We'll see how it goes. This is all new to me, so we'll get our little key back in there. There's still a little bit of grease on there, so we should be good with that. And this does have a little groove there. You can see from this side, not from this side. So we're going to be putting that on there the correct way. We got that piece on, and that should move with that now. Perfect. We'll get our housing back on there. Like so. And then we're going to want to turn that clockwise in order to get those fins to lay down the right way. So give me just a second. Alright, I think we got it seated in there good. Took a little bit of doing, but not too bad. So now we just got to reinstall our bolts and should be good to go. Alright, we'll put these bolts on the same holes we took them out of. Just to be safe. Water pump installed. All right, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. We got some stuff done, though. We got that new lower unit unpacked. Looks great, especially compared to that old one. Got the new water pump installed. Everything's good to go. Pretty excited about that. And it's just a beautiful day here. The sun's setting now. So gonna go enjoy that. Don't have enough time to pop this lower unit on, but next video we'll be adding that lower unit to this bad boy, getting the oil changed, getting it all ready. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. I know last time it was a little bit tricky getting that shifter linkage to come undone, so I'm hoping and praying that it just goes smoothly, putting it back together, but we'll see. Time will tell. So for those of you back home, this boat's going to be up and running real soon. So book your ticket, come on out here. We can take it for a spin, do a little fishing, have a good time. So I love you guys. I hope all is well. And we'll see you next time. All right, bye. Well, if you stuck around, props to you, because we're going to check out the sunset at the beach. So hang in there. We'll be there in just a jiff. It's like a quick, I don't know, less than 10-minute drive to get there. Super chill. We ride our bikes there a lot, and today we're just taking the truck because the sun's going down quick. So gonna get you there. We'll check it out together, enjoy a little sunset. Should be a good time. See you soon. Oh, by the way, I was gonna tell you guys, I saw my first gator the other day. I was super stoked. One of the things when we were moving out here, a lot of people are like, oh man, what about the gators? Aren't you afraid of the gators? They're gonna be everywhere. And honestly, I was pretty excited to see some gators. My wife and I went to Mayaca State Park a couple times now, and you can see them there. They're all out. Maybe I'll throw a picture up of one of them. Some gator boys, but they're not just like roaming around the neighborhoods like a lot of people back home thought. So, but I did get to see my first one kind of in our neighborhood as you're driving into it. There's some ponds out there. It's all gated, nothing crazy. But he was just chilling there, or she chilling there on the side of the bank, soaking in some sun. A good little gator action. So that was pretty cool. Cool stuff. Just loving it out here. The wildlife, the scenery, everything is just so different than back home, which makes it really cool. Just blessed to be here and enjoy our time. So see you at the beach. Flop's coming off. And look how gorgeous it is here. Not too busy out here either, which is nice. Just beautiful, beautiful day. Walk down the beach over here. Go check it out. Of course, right when I get here, the clouds covering the sunset a bit, but that's all right. It'll poke through. Still get to enjoy this beautiful, beautiful evening. Nice little piece of artwork on the beach. The old water temp feels like. Ooh. I think it said like, it's pretty chilly. I think it said like 62 degree water right now. Man, pretty much the backyard. Loving it. Thanks for hanging out with me here. Feel blessed, just a beautiful spot to get to live in. Yeah, hopefully y'all can come visit and say hey. Well, out here just chilling by this sweet piece of art someone made. Spent a little time making something cool today. Not a bad way to spend the day. Look at this. Find some dinner. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll catch you next time, huh? Peace.